we know on Earth. Most life depends on oxygen. If there is no oxygen, life cannot survive. Even now, scientists are setting their sights on space in search of extraterrestrial life. Oxygen is also used as the standard. So, in the vast universe, is it possible for extraterrestrial life? Can you survive without relying on oxygen? Indeed, the conditions for life to survive do not require oxygen to survive. Take our Earth as an example. The Earth and the history of life evolution. There is one thing that many people may not know. That is, 2.6 billion years ago, the Great Oxidation Event, a sudden increase in free oxygen content in the atmosphere. Need to know? As early as 3.8 billion years ago, on Earth, the first primitive single-cell life has been born. Then, the Earth's atmosphere contains very little oxygen, accounting for only 0.02%. Therefore, the first primitive life on Earth. In fact, they are all anaerobic organisms. But it wasn't until 400 million years later that a creature called cyanobacteria appeared on the Earth, and everything began to change. Blue algae are single-celled, round carrion organisms that can produce oxygen. It can use sunlight for photosynthesis, then breathe in carbon dioxide and release oxygen. So far, it has evolved over a long billion years. The entire Earth's atmosphere has developed from a nearly anaerobic state to an oxygenic state, and the Earth's atmospheric oxygen content surged from 0.02% to 4%. As a result, the increase in oxygen content caused almost all of the original large number of anaerobic organisms in the ocean to be killed by oxygen. Eventually, the remaining organisms gradually received oxygen and evolved more complex life forms in an aerobic environment. So much so that most life on Earth today depends on oxygen. Therefore, living things on Earth are not born with the need for oxygen. Therefore, when searching for extraterrestrial life, we do not have to use oxygen as the standard. If we look for extraterrestrial life from the perspective of anaerobic organisms, maybe it's also a good idea. After all, under different environmental conditions, it is entirely possible to evolve into different forms of life forms. In fact, as early as 1891, astrophysicist at the University of Potsdam, Julian Schenner, proposed a life form that does not require oxygen. That's turtle life. Turtle and chicken life in simple terms. It is life composed of silicon compounds. It's tougher than carbon-based life. For example, the science fiction movie Transformers. All life on the planet Cybertron is turtle and chicken life. Their living environment can be high temperature and high pressure. Death Star with high concentrations of carbon dioxide. But in the vast universe, it is very difficult to detect the life of turtles and chickens. And according to scientists, the possibility of turtle and chicken life is also very slim. So currently humans are starting with oxygen and liquid water. Come search for life outside the carbon base like us. Because the Earth is the only planet known to humans that has life. The probability of finding it is greater than other life forms. But then again, today's human science and technology level is still very backward and cannot observe distant exoplanets at close range. So, if we want to truly find extraterrestrial life, in fact, there is still a long way to go. Recently, the alien corpse incident in Mexico has attracted widespread attention and heated discussion around the world. The monitor lizard displayed 2 corpses in the Mexican Congress. They were about 60 centimeters long, had a large head, and only 3 fingers. Reports say the body is more than 1,000 years old. And later research teams also showed through X-rays and CT scans that There is no trace of assembly or splicing between the two bodies. DNA testing revealed 30% of their DNA is unknown. That is to say, it does not belong to Earth life. So have aliens really come to Earth? In fact, since the last century, astronomers are constantly searching for traces of aliens in the universe, although there is no trace of. But there are so many planets in the vast universe. It is indeed impossible that only the tiny Earth can support life. However, this time, the alien corpses displayed by the Mexican Congress are obviously not alien life, but fake because they look very similar to humans. You know, the ecological environment of each planet in the universe is different, and the evolution direction and form of its life will be completely different. This means that with their evolutionary method, their form is simply beyond our imagination. However, the corpse this time is roughly similar to the image of aliens that humans have always imagined. It has a human form with hands, feet, limbs, and a huge head. It is obviously a man-made forgery. And putting aside the question itself, we know how vast the universe is. Even the distance between stars is measured in light years. For example, the nearest star to us, Proxima, is 4.22 light years away. What kind of concept is this? That is to say, it would take us 4.22 years to travel there at the speed of light, which is 300,000 kilometers per second. However, this is only the closest star to the Earth. So, if an alien civilization could reach Earth, one can imagine how advanced their civilization would be. In 1964, an astronomer from the Soviet Union, Nikolai Kardashev, proposed a hypothesis about the level of extraterrestrial civilization, which is the well-known Kardashev level. The Kardashev scale can be divided into 3 stages. Level 1 civilization is the master of its home planet and can utilize all the energy of the entire home planet. Level 2 civilization, this civilization can utilize all the energy in the entire planetary system, such as creating a Dyson sphere to obtain stellar energy or traveling across major planets to develop resources. Level 3 civilization, this civilization can utilize all the energy in the entire galaxy and can travel between stars at will. According to the Kardashev scale, we can see that the civilization that can reach Earth has reached the 3rd level of civilization and at least has mastered heavy lift or speed driving technology and achieved the ability of interstellar travel. Technology can be said to be far superior to that of us humans. From the above, it is not difficult to imagine that if the 2 bodies on display were from an extrasolar planet, they would have become 2 mummies with such advanced technology. Therefore, no matter from which aspect you think about the Mexican alien mummies, the authenticity is almost zero. But it is undeniable that there is definitely alien life in the vast universe, but we have not discovered it yet.